What happens when you get into debt?
It's a load of bollocks! Get off this lad!
No!
And you can't
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
or won't pay it back.
It doesn't matter what you want, sir. Unfortunately, that's the law.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Evil! You want to down to hell!
Well, I'll smash the window then. It's false imprisonment.
Dealing with desperate debtors.
Hello?
In dramatic situations.
You want to stand here like a big man.
Leave it. Talk to me.
Push me about.
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
I don't know where I'm going to stay for the night.
That's an immediate eviction.
And their possessions.
The desks are going. Everything.
You're joking.
Okay.
Because whatever happens,
High Court enforcement!
if you can't pay, they'll take it away.
Personal debt in the UK exceeded £1.5 trillion in 2016. A £53 billion increase since the previous year. This dramatic rise resulted in over 300,000 people seeking advice from one debt charity in the first half of the year alone.
Matt Highway and Gary Ball are High Court enforcement agents. They travel all over the West Midlands, recovering debts and seizing goods.
Right, let's go and live the dream, mate, shall we? Let's go and make someone's day.
It's 7 a.m. and they're in Birmingham to collect nearly £2,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
So, mate, it's still dark and we're in Northfield. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Let's mix it up, mate.
Yeah, go on.
You ask me where we're going.
Do you know where we're going?
I do, mate, yeah.
You tell
Always
me.
know where we're going.
Go on.
We're going to see a Mr. Stephen Watson.
You okay, you got that bit right?
In Northfield.
You got that bit right?
And he owes a few pence under £2,000.
Yeah, it's £1,967.99.
There you go.
If Mr. Watton can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods and vehicles belonging to him to offset the debt.
With the Fiesta in the drive.
Morning, madam. I was after a Stephen Watton.
Not here.
Not here? Oh, doesn't he? No. Who are you to him, madam? So who is he to you, madam?
It's not anything, it's not.
Morning, sir, you alright?
Listen, he's not here. So you're going to have to leave.
Yeah, who is he though, sir? Who is he?
What do you mean,
To you?
who is he?
Who is he to you?
It's nobody to us.
Did
You don't live here.
Are you saying that you're new tenants? Is that what you're saying to us?
Yes.
You don't live here.
So he's not here at the moment? Or he's a previous tenant?
You don't,
All right.
you don't live here.
Well, High Court enforcement agents are here with a High Court writ today. And Mr. Watton be contacted?
No, because, like I said, we don't know who he is.
If you work with us, then we can work with you.
He used to live here.
Either
We
we...
used to that. They were getting somewhere. When we first turn up on a job, all we got to go on is a name, an address, and the amount we're there to collect. So we do have to think on our feet when we get there, you know, asking lots of questions. We have to dig down and, you know, try and find the person we're looking for. But I think me and Matt, you know, work well together. We're a good team, and 9 out of 10 times you do get the outcome that we both want.
After claiming not to know the debtor, the man now says that Mr. Watton was a previous tenant. But the agents need proof that he no longer lives there.
Have you got a council tax bill or a tenancy agreement we can have a look at to prove he doesn't live here?
Well, no. You've been banging at the door early hours in the morning, yeah.
Didn't bang on it, sir. We just knocked on it.
No one to speak to us now. I'm going to get my mate out the car then.
OK. Mate, it's called Mr. London Triangle, and he's going to put it on the car now.
There's a possibility that one of the men may in fact be the debtor, Stephen Wattham, and the cars outside could be his. The agents act fast to secure them.
Just watch the door, mate.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, we're going to get situations where people deny that the defendant lives at the property. You know, we can only converse up to a level. If conversation stops, then we try the action technique. The second the clamp comes out the back of the van, and suddenly, you know, the whole house lights up.
Matt's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Oi, get hands off me, bruv. You ain't taking that, bruv. I've got paperwork to prove that's not his, bruv.
Go and get the paperwork. Move back.
Yo, get off me.
Move back.
Yo, you need to watch yourself, you know. You need to watch yourself.
So if you're going to get silly, we're going to get the police in and get you arrested, all right?
Please, check the reg on that car.
Guys, if you wanted to work with us, you could have worked with us.
The car. I'll cut that off. I'll cut that off. I'll cut it off, bruv. I ain't bothered. You need to get off the profit.
Excuse me.
Listen, High Court went on.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go on.
High Court written.
We don't know where they live.
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
We have asked you for a tenancy agreement or a council tax bill.
Tenancy agreement.
People get aggressive and insult us as their way of dealing with the situation. They might think if they do threaten us enough, then we'll leave. We're not going to leave. We're there to do a job. Whether you threaten us, whether you threaten our family, we're still going to be there and we're still going to do the job.
The men are not telling the agents who they are, but Matt still suspects one of them could be the debtor. So he increases the pressure and clamps the second car in the driveway.
Back away from You're not taking my
Back away from me.
I've got to go take the kids to school. This is my car.
From me. Back away from me. Move away from me.
Move now.
Move away from me.
Move.
Move away from me. Move.
Suck him on, straight up, suck him on. No. Suck him on.
Right, I'm going to get the police here, mate.
Get the police here, mate. Move away.
Suck him on.
Move away from me. Move away. Move away from me.
With tensions escalating, Gary and Matt will have to act quickly to prevent the situation turning violent. Now, with the situation getting even more confrontational, Gary calls the police.
Hello there, can I have the police, please?
Lever you over, but take your
Whatever, mate. Whatever.
Hello?
I'm really interested in this.
Yeah, we have 2 High Court enforcement agents, 2 gentlemen getting a bit violent and a bit shouty with us. We're executing a High Court writ.
We'll send an officer when we've got one available.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks.
The police are on their way, but the men aren't calming down.
It's my car, it's not fucking yours. It's not nobody else's. This house is not rented by him either. Check the council, he's not rented. He's not down as living here. I've got to go take the kids to school, you're going to fucking clamp my car?
Where's the kids?
Down at my baby mum's, that's where they are.
That's okay.
You're gonna try and fucking
This is not going anywhere.
With that on there?
You can drive off with that on there if you like. You'll make a bright mess of your car, though. People obstructing us, it only makes life more difficult for them, really. I think what they need to remember on that, it is a criminal offence to obstruct me in my duty. People will try that as a deflection, but the end result's still the same.
The agents have been at the property nearly half an hour. Finally, the woman hands Gary her tenancy agreement.
That's what we asked for in the first place, isn't it? That's all we wanted.
I was here 6 years, I exchanged with them, and then I exchanged back.
You moved back in here how long ago?
About 4 or 5 months ago.
The woman claims Stephen Wattham moved out several months ago when she exchanged properties with him, and he's not listed on the tenancy agreement. But as addresses are double-checked before a writ is issued, the agents can't be totally sure that the claims of the house exchange are true. Matt and Gary decide to wait for the police to arrive before taking any further action.
Okay.
You're done doing your job now, ain't you?
No, we're not. No, we'll wait for the police to arrive, okay.
Well, you got your letters, see you later.
We've still got the issue of you obstructing in my duty, haven't we, which is criminal offence, so we'll have a chat with the police about that.
I've got shit to do. I've got stuff to do. I've got to go take the kids to school.
Well, it's delayed at the moment, unfortunately.
What do you mean delayed at the moment?
Yeah.
That can be taken off my office.
They shouldn't,
As soon as the police
they
get here,
shouldn't be
that's
too
great.
long.
I swear to God.
It's just a crazy way of going about things, isn't it?
I know. He's off on his morning run now.
But then, one of the young men disappears down the street. While they wait for the police, Matt looks for any clues as to the ownership of the cars. But he's in for a surprise.
On the rear passenger footwell. Wrapped up in a towel. It's the sort of things we have to be aware of when we're doing our job. No other tools, like no screwdriver or spanners or socket set or anything, just a lump hammer.
Minutes later, the young man returns, followed by another man.
What are you doing here? Who are you looking for?
Hello, sir. Who are you, sorry?
You're looking for Stephen Watton?
Yes, sir.
That's me. Why are you here?
Oh, great stuff. OK, smashing.
The agents finally have the man they were looking for.
So you're Mr. Stephen Watton?
I am, yes.
So there's a High Court writ outstanding for you?
That's right. Well, I'm not paying it, that's the whole point.
Mr. Watton immediately denies responsibility for the unpaid parking tickets.
I had a Jaguar a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I sold the Jag. A year afterwards, I got the first ticket through. A few days later, another one come through. Another one come through. I think I ended up with a pile of them, about fucking 50 or 60 of the fucking things.
But they're still found in favour of the claimant?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, obviously, that's why we're here.
So where do you live now then, Stephen?
Yeah, I live up the road.
Yeah, what's the address?
I don't need to give you that door.
You don't?
Do you know what a ghost is?
A ghost?
Oh, you're a ghost?
I don't need to.
With Mr. Watton refusing to give his new address, the agents can't be sure that he's telling the truth about no longer living here. But then, Matt gets handed proof that the dark grey MG isn't Mr. Watton's.
Cheers, sir. Thank you.
Right, just get a copy of that, mate. I'll just take the clamp off it. Right, mate, I'll take it off and you can get gone. The gent now, after some level of discussion, has managed to show me documentation to show that the car doesn't belong to the defendant. So I'll release that now for him and he can get on his way.
20 minutes later, the police arrive.
Here they are, mate.
The agents hope that the police presence will force Mr. Watton to reveal where he now lives.
Morning, officer.
How you doing?
We initially called this morning. The door was shut in our faces. Unfortunately, we had no other option but to seize the assets that were on site. The two younger men tried to obstruct me in my duty. Managed to get both vehicles clamped. This guy here in the hoodie is our defendant.
Okay.
We explained the High Court writ to him. He's point blank said, I refuse to pay it. I'm not telling you where I live.
But as Mr. Watton hasn't committed breach of the peace, the police can't force him to divulge his details to them either.
So that's Stephen. What's his surname?
Watton.
You won't tell me. Watton.
With Mr. Watton's true address remaining a mystery, the agents are running out of options. Until proof of the ownership of the other car is established, it remains their only potential asset.
So at the moment, you've clamped that while you do some inquiries?
Yeah, we've asked them for, the V5 and the insurance for it. They can't provide it at the minute, so obviously it stays clamped. Yeah. Because you never know, it just might be Stephen.
The police make some checks and trace the owner of the clamped Fiesta.
The vehicle does not belong to Watton.
Not DC,
Yeah.
With the second vehicle not belonging to Mr. Watton either, the agent's only option is to instruct the office to trace his new address.
We'll find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me.
Of course we will. Debt will always catch up on you. If we go to a certain property and you're not there, then we will put a trace into the office and they'll find a new address for you and we will be knocking on the door.
Today, there's nothing more Matt and Gary can do to enforce the writ. They have no choice but to walk away empty-handed. But Matt has one last word for Mr. Watton.
All I can say to you, buddies, we'll see you somewhere else because it's a live High Court writ, all right?
Well, I'll be dealing with that live High Court writ.
And we'll see you then. Okay. Okay, we're all sorted, officer, yeah, thank you, yeah.
Okay, Stephen.
There's not a result there for the clients as such at the moment, but it's part of the enforcement process. We have to attend the address that the writ names. That's what we've done, so we've discounted that address. We can now get on with the next part of the process, and that's finding where Stephen does actually live.
Despite Britain's improving economy, the latest figures from debt charities show that an increasing number of people are seeking help for debt problems. Reports indicate that single parents are the worst affected, with those seeking advice doubling within the year.
How far are we? 1.6 miles to go.
High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Kevin Stokes often have to work with the most vulnerable families.
My mother was on benefits. She raised us on her own, and she struggled doing it. So I know how hard it can be to be on benefits.
Today, they are on the south coast.
Debtor is a Miss Erica Kuna. Yep. And we are in Hove. Look forward to an ice cream on the beach. How much is the writ for, mate? The writ is for £2,435.23. Hopefully someone will be in and we'll be able to get this one resolved. It's going to be something like this, I reckon. God. It's got to be that, isn't it? Right, let's park it in.
The writ allows the agents to demand instant payment or seize goods to the same value if the debtor can't pay.
Thank you, lovely. Miss Erica Kuna? Yes.
We're High Court enforcement officers. There's been a High Court writ taken out against you from MGH Property Services.
Yes.
Do you know this company?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it used to be my previous number.
They've taken you to court and you owe a balance of £2,435.23, which needs to be paid today.
I don't have that money.
Right, is there any way of you getting that money today? It can be paid on a debit card over the phone if you know anybody can.
No, I don't.
Help you.
I actually go in touch with PayPlan.
Okay.
To have all my creditors paid through them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the approach.
Right, have you got paperwork supporting all that sort of stuff so I can have a look at it?
I don't know how to in the houses.
That's fine, that's no problem. Thank you very much.
Erica separated from her partner 6 years ago and moved to this flat with her 3 children. The debt dates back to 2009 and the home they shared before the split.
She was a previous landlord. You know, like when you move out, they went into paint, filling holes. There was a burn mark on the carpet, so they had to replace the carpet.
Erica was supposed to be paying the debt in instalments.
Yeah.
Because the agreement was to be £100 per month.
Well, to pay back?
Yes.
Did you default on that at all?
Yes, I did, because I became unemployed.
Right, okay.
So that was difficult. And I'm a single mother of 3, so that's a nightmare as well.
Right, okay.
But ignoring payments has made the debt escalate.
That's the original debt, £936.78. But because the debt was taken to court, this is what it came to, £2,435.23.
Court costs and enforcement fees means that the bill has tripled. Erica works part-time as a carer. After rent and bills, she has less than £100 per week to repay debts and feed her family.
It's not a very just system. It's not been created for people like me. It just pushes me down further and further, you know? I used to work for the money shop for a year and a half. I had to terminate that last year in August because it was becoming a financial burden as well. Childcare is so expensive, so it was difficult.
But Kevin and Brian need to get Erica to pay the outstanding amount today.
What I need to do is assess whether you have assets in this house.
I have to tell you.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm going to have a look around and make a judgment, okay? When I see a debtor on benefits, I'll look at their situation, I'll look at what they've got around them, and I'll see if they are truly having hardship. If I see that they've got luxury items that they don't really need, then I'll look at it differently.
With so little money coming in, Erica is racking up more debt.
I'm behind with my gas. I still have to pay them £50 on Monday, and then they already sent a reminder about that. So I always try to pay the priority debts. And this is what got me into the situation where I find myself today.
And this is only a small part of her total debt, which has now spiralled out of control. Brian can see from the breakdown of Erica's finances that she owes a staggering £45,000.
There's multiple other debts, student loan, which is quite high, telephones, solicitors. I've had a look. She's clearly having issues with debt. She's trying to get the right advice. But we need to now weigh up her circumstances and make a decision. She's got 3 children, single parent, brother's here to try and help out with her. So we'll have a look around and see what's going on.
There are no goods in the flat that would cover the debt, so the agents try another approach.
We need to get you back on track with this paying this.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to get this resolved.
Okay.
Can you get an initial payment today to set this back up onto a payment plan?
I only have £100 on the children's savings account, and I can show you that. And that was to last me until...
That's what you got? What are you thinking, yeah?
What are you saving for, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, I have to pay for the school meals on a weekly basis for 2 of my children.
OK. Right, OK, then what we'll do is we're going to set you back on the arrangement, OK?
The agents are reluctant to take her savings and decide to get her on a new payment plan.
We'll set £100 a month then.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
But I'll be happy to contribute today £50.
Well, that's your decision.
Yes. From that
I don't want you to get yourself in further debt, OK?
No,
if you can afford that comfortably, then that's fine, I'll accept it. But if that's going to put you in any further debt...
No, it should be OK.
Do you want to do that?
Yes, I'll do that.
That's fine. That's your decision.
We have to start somewhere. It's been dragging on for quite a while now.
Yeah, I had to take it in the end because she kept offering it. But I didn't feel comfortable taking her children's money.
It's fine. That's lovely. Thank you. Let's hope they're all as pleasant as you today.
That's it. We're going. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all.
Thank you very much.
When a debtor turn around to you and say, look, I've got 50 quid in my bank and that's to feed my kids, but you can have it,
yeah.
it just pulls at your heartstrings.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
I think it should have been. It should have.
She knows she's in trouble. She's got enforcement agents in her home, but yet she still wants to give it to us. And we thought, you know what, that's the kind of person we're dealing with.
We gave her every option not to pay it, if you like. We said to her, look, save it for your first instalment. But she could see she clearly wanted to start trying to sort it out.
I'm going to struggle to pay this. Even though it's £100 a month, it will be a struggle I have to take from somewhere that I don't have. But no one else is to blame apart from me, so it's okay. I just have to accept it.
Latest figures from the government show that over 3 million people in the UK now live on disability benefits. And further studies reveal that disabled people are twice as likely to live in poverty as the general population.
Colindale, North London. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Kevin Stokes are about to serve a writ on a husband and wife. Chenania and Adina Cohen owe more than £2,000 to a firm of solicitors.
Right, what's the name of the road?
We're looking for Belvedere Strand.
Upstairs, is it?
Hang on, so, downstairs.
There you go, lovely.
Hello. Hello, sorry to bother you. Looking for Chenania.
Oh, he's not in.
Are you Adina?
Yeah, come in.
OK, thank you very much.
Once the agents are in the house, the writ allows them to seize goods if Mr. and Mrs. Cohen can't pay.
I'll show you my ID first. My name's Kevin Stokes. It's in regards to a writ of control, a High Court writ that's been taken against you by a UN Chenania. Is it your husband or your partner?
We're sort of
The Cohens have separated, but Mrs. Cohen is still named on the writ.
Maybe
I stayed overnight, but that's because he's not feeling well and he's just gone out now.
Maybe he could shed some light on it to you. Do you want to give him a call and see if you can get to the bottom of it?
Hello?
What's your names?
Where are you? Are you far away from your house? Got High Court enforcement here.
Would you like me to speak to him?
Explain to him.
1 minute, one of the officers.
Maybe we can explain, yeah, it might be easier.
Hello, Chenania. Hello, sir. My name's Kevin Stokes. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Here in regards to a writ that's been taken out against you.
For what?
I'm guessing it's solicitors' fees, unpaid solicitors' fees.
No, we paid it through my income support.
OK, there's an outstanding balance, sir, of £2,093.58.
I'm paying it through my income support.
OK, you must have missed a payment, sir. We wouldn't be here if you was keeping up them payments.
When was this done as well? I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know.
This was done.
People are. I don't know what it is.
OK.
Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you? Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Nice to meet you. My name's Brian. Nice to meet you. This is Kevin. Thank you so much. We've been sent here today with a High Court writ for non-payment. But I understand you said you had some paperwork or you had an attachment of benefits or something, did you?
That's right.
OK, sir. Have you got that paperwork?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Before you do anything, let me warn you. I'm very sick, man.
Yeah.
I've got operation on my head. All right? So if you start any nonsense, you go out.
Mr. Cohen has had major surgery for a brain tumour. He had to give up his job and now relies completely on income support, housing and disability benefit. Nevertheless, he thinks he is paying off the outstanding debt from his benefits.
It's like I don't know nobody, no money.
Well, you do. So you can stand there all you want and you can make a claim that you don't owe it. This piece of paper says otherwise. This is from the High Court. This isn't the county court. This is from the High Court. So what I need to find out now is, can you pay this outstanding bill, sir?
What?
Can you pay the outstanding bill? You're not paying nothing, yeah?
I know nothing.
OK, fine.
This is a new debt to a lawyer he didn't think he owed.
So what is it you're paying out of your benefits that you said you was paying out your benefits?
Some other...
It's something else, yeah?
I didn't know it's this lawyer.
Ah, right, OK, I understand. No problem at all. So why is this lawyer saying that you owe him money?
Because he's an idiot.
OK.
Mr. Cohen claims he has already paid the fee he agreed with the lawyer. But the writ still stands, and the agents want to get payment today. They just have to work out how.
He hasn't got a great deal in the house, but my only thing is he doesn't want to pay this money. You know, so I'm thinking for the client, if we set him up an arrangement. But I do think you should pay an initial payment today.
Let's see if we can get that then, and then I'll speak. I'll find out the arrangement and I'll call the client to make sure, yeah?
You will have to pay something today. You will have to find some sort of payment today to get this started. So do you want to have a chat or do you want to see what you can get together? It's got to be something substantial, though. It can't be just 20 quid or something silly like that, you know. You need to make a dent in this payment. Yes?
Kevin asked Mr. Cohen to pay £100 towards the £2,000 that he owes.
If you don't do it, then what they'll do is they'll send us back here and then we'll be here to remove goods and it will put a sale charge on your amount. So your bill will go up a lot if we have to come back and remove goods.
Before 5 o'clock, I should call.
Thank you very much. No problem, sir. OK? I'll speak to you soon, OK?
Yeah.
OK, Mr. Cohen.
Brian and Kevin have signed Mr. Cohen up to a payment plan. They are trusting him to make a telephone payment of £100 later that afternoon.
Be good, yeah? Bye-bye, bye-bye.
We're there to do a job and to enforce a writ, but at the same time, we have to take his vulnerability into account.
Mr. Cohen will have to find a way to make payments towards the debt out of his benefits.
It's very, very small money. It's without the community, which I have, the Jewish community, and I've got friends which from time to time help to pay some bills. You can't survive. You cannot survive. My life was very successful. I was working, earning good money, but it's not there anymore. So it's very difficult and it's very embarrassing.
But if he fails to pay up, Kevin and Brian will be back, and they might not be so sympathetic next time.
A report from homeless charity Shelter reveals that more than a quarter of renters have been refused accommodation simply because they were on housing benefit. In the survey, 67% of landlords say they prefer not to let to tenants receiving the subsidy.
Feltham, southwest London. Today, Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner have a High Court writ to evict a family from their home. The landlord wants the house back for his family and has been negotiating the tenant's departure for 9 months. But the tenant is still there.
What's this job supposed to be?
It's just a straightforward repossession. There's no money judgment, so I'm guessing it's a Section 21 end of tenancy.
All right.
It's a Ms again, so we're looking at another single mother.
The family are not in rent arrears, but they know the eviction is coming.
Hello.
Hello. We're from the High Court. We have an eviction order for this property. May we come in? Thank you very much.
Put on your shoes, guys. We're going. Put on your shoes.
You're Irene, are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. My name is Paul, and this is Steve.
How do you do?
Thank you. If I can explain the procedure to you, you have an hour to get personal belongings together, because you won't be allowed back in the property again. You understand the procedure?
I do understand,
That's okay. That's a copy of the order for you.
Okay.
And if you take that to the council, they should set in motion their procedures for actually giving you emergency housing. Now, you want to take the children, I mean, tell me what you need to do first. Are the children walking to school?
Yeah, he walks them to school. Yeah, I've made arrangements.
No, we don't want to be in your face here, so we're going to take the locks out because we're changing the locks as well.
Okay.
All right, so if we carry on with that, then we don't want to be on your back and in your way. Thank you very much.
Can't find the hole now for this.
Irene Namwabaya came to the UK from Uganda 15 years ago and has lived in the house for 4 years. A single mum of 3, she works full-time as a nurse. But Irene still struggles to make ends meet, claiming housing benefit and working tax credit.
Okay, I'll come and pick you up after school. Bye.
Since finding out she was going to be evicted, she's been searching for a new home. But being on benefits limits her options.
Landlords, if you're on housing benefit, they won't let you property. But the minute you say, I'm in receipt of housing benefit, or I don't earn 30,000 or 30, whatever amount, they won't. It's a no-no for them.
Today's eviction means she and her 3 children are now homeless.
I've tried to make a life for myself and my children. I went to uni. I've got myself a job. I thought I'd settled here now, but now look, I'm back to square one. I don't know where I'm gonna stay for the night.
Families being evicted is devastating because she may have children in 2 different schools. And then if the council pick up the the challenge and say, OK, we'll rehouse you, they may rehouse them somewhere out of the borough. So then they have to change schools or travel from wherever they go to be in the same school. So it's never going to be easy.
If I can explain going forward, have you got the things that you need now? OK. I've spoken with the landlord. She would like the place cleared out by Friday. I'm sorry you're upset. I'll give you my I'll write my phone number on here. My sympathy is engaged by genuine need and genuine emotion, where people are caught in situations not of their making. But we're not trying to be nasty or anything like that. We're just trying to give the landlord the property back.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you waiting for now? Or are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
OK, that's fine. Super job.
Irene will have to clear out all of the family's furniture and possessions in the next few days. But the priority is finding somewhere to go now.
Take it easy. You don't have to go now if you want to wait for a few minutes.
Paul needs Irene to get down to the council as soon as possible. Otherwise, she and the children could be on the streets tonight. Irene reveals to Paul that this is not the first time it has happened.
I've been here before. We were evicted. We had to go to live in Southhold in one room with 3 children. I had to take 2 buses then. So I thought this time it was different. But I've only been here 4 years and then I have to go back again. I don't know where I'm going. My son is in year 6, my eldest. He's going to be doing his SATs. So all that disruption, I don't know how it's going to affect him. When I got this house in 2010, I thought maybe this is it. My kids are now told we're going to have a better life with them. I'm sorry, Angel.
No, that's OK. You know, I've got a great deal of sympathy with you because we normally go to houses and people are just ripping the system off.
So
right.
I'm not in any areas.
No.
It's not that I'm getting everything free.
No, I understand that.
I work long hours, all the overtime that I can get.
Yeah. Take your time, all right? I'll be outside. The difference between Irene and anybody else that we've dealt with in the last 6 months is that she's 100% genuine. She's done everything, from what I can see, to make the system work properly. Working, 4 kids, all well fed and looked after. Clean, tidy house. She's provided a good home for them.
Irene must now go to the council to ask for emergency accommodation.
But just make sure you've got that number when you give that to the council. They might only want to see it, that's all.
Yeah, and then they'll send you to some bed and breakfast somewhere.
We're not here to put the housing crisis to rights. We're here to carry out these evictions. That's all we're here to do. But the rest of it is bound to have an effect on us because we are human beings, and yes, the situation is insoluble.
A few weeks ago, High Court agents Brian and Kevin served Chenania Cohen and his wife with a writ for over £2,000 in unpaid lawyers' fees. Initially, Mr. Cohen refused to accept that he owed the debt.
I don't know nobody, no money.
What you do?
But finally, he agreed to pay £100 and follow a payment plan.
Give me 25.
That's fine, no problem. I'm happy with that.
Mr. Cohen paid the £100, but no further instalments. So Brian is back.
Maybe reasons why he hasn't stuck to the arrangement. But he hasn't notified us. He has been trying to get hold of me with the office, so I thought I'd pop by and see what's going on.
If Mr. Cohen won't pay, then the writ means that goods can be seized to cover the debt.
Hello, Mr. Cohen, how are you? It's Brian. Thank you, sir. Nice, man, see? I wish all my clients were like that. Did you call the office?
20 times. Listen, they keep threatening me.
Don't worry about them, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with you now, in the right way. No problem.
The right way?
Yeah, man.
So if we're coming in, there's a couple of...
No problem, no problem.
No scary?
No.
No, I'm taking stuff?
No.
No,
I'll treat you the way you treat me.
No, listen.
Yeah?
Mr. Cohen wants to challenge the debt in court. But at the moment, the judgment still stands. So Brian needs to get him back on the payment plan.
How have you been?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The reason I've come back here
Yes.
is because I've seen you defaulted, and you did try and contact me.
I know, you know, answer the phone. I need the case number, the court place. Which court is it?
Yes.
The number of the case.
I've got it all. I've got it all for you.
Okay. And I need to pass it to the lawyer.
Here's the High Court writ, okay? These are the numbers for your solicitor.
Okay, wonderful.
Are you claiming any benefits at the moment?
Of course, I'm on disabilities.
Hang on, which one?
And I'm on income support. And I get housing.
Housing, yeah.
Yeah, some of it, not all of it, obviously.
Part, yeah. And you say that you had a brain tumour, yeah?
I had.
And when did that occur? How long ago was that?
9 years ago.
And how have you found life since then?
Terrible. I keep forgetting. I become a little bit aggressive, a little bit impatient. Things,
yeah.
you know, these things which people see you, they think you're normal. You are normal, but you're not normal, you know? I know I'm an aggressive person because I got issues, yeah?
We've all got issues.
Yeah. No.
But what we need to do, because the formalities and the arrangement has been set, I need to try and put you back on that until you deal with this.
Okay.
Yeah? And I'm happy to do that for you still.
Thank you.
Okay? I'm not here to be difficult. I'm here to treat you the same way you treat me.
I know you.
Yeah?
I know your job,
Yeah?
and I know sometimes you need to.
It's
Listen,
fine.
I'm an ex-soldier, so I know the procedures.
Brian thinks he has a deal.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Thank you very much.
Any
for
problems,
coming.
please call me.
Lovely.
Okay?
No problem. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Now you're happy.
When do you want to do the first payment again?
Yeah.
When do you want to do that one? £100 again? 'Cause it was
What
like
for? I'm not paying no more.
No, you've got to listen to what I'm saying. We've got to set it. We've got to set the arrangement.
Yes.
Yeah. Until you set it aside.
Okay.
Are you with me? As it stands, the writ is still live.
Yes.
It's still ongoing. But in the meantime,
Yes.
get that down to your solicitor
Yes.
and sort it out.
No problem.
Hopefully, I don't come back here and see you again.
No, do you want?
Unless we're having a drink.
We want. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, God bless
Cheers.
you.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Because he's so vulnerable, I wouldn't take control of his goods. That's what the law states. You have to take people's vulnerability into consideration, and I clearly have and will with Mr. Cohen. He's just trying to live every day as it comes, to be quite honest. But he's always got that big smile on his face, which you can't deter, and you can't put him down, and I admire it.